Welcome to Amplify with Jess Ekstrom, a show designed to help women get out of their head and into their zone of influence. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's some food for thought to start your week. One of the lessons I teach in Mic Drop Workshop is called Moment to Meaning. I like for you, and you can do this right now while you're listening to this episode, look at your day like it's a film strip and place your finger on a specific moment. It can be big or small. If you could tell someone a greater meaning of that moment, what would it be? This is super impactful as a speaker or an author or anywhere that you're trying to use your words for influence, because people respond best to people and stories. So by adding personal context to a lesson, you're engaging the audience and making your lesson more memorable. I became increasingly aware of this, even though I've been teaching Moment to Meaning for years. But I was recently on a flight to St. Louis, or from St. Louis, it was a 5 a.m. flight. I left my Airbnb in Illinois, which is where I was staying, at 1:45, drove 3 hours to St. Louis to get on a 5:30 a.m. flight to Tallahassee for a gig that afternoon. That 5:30 a.m. flight got canceled due to maintenance, and I spent the next 2 hours frantically going to every airline, every gate, trying to find a flight before I literally went outside the airport and hitchhiked to Tallahassee. I finally got on a Southwest flight that would get me within driving distance so I could rent a car, and I literally made it 15 minutes before I was supposed to go on stage. As I got on the plane, I sat beside this woman who was traveling with her elderly mother from Iowa. And she told me her mom was in her 90s and her mind has started to fade. And she wanted to go see the ocean one last time while she was in good enough health. And in that moment, I found my meaning. My mind that day had been like a tornado of flight times, airline chats, agents, rental cars, time zone math, trying not to disappoint this event, and all around feeling sorry for myself for the wrench in these plans. And meeting this woman and her mother reminded me how lucky I am to be able to share moments with my mom, who's still in great health, and how lucky I am to now meet someone's mom that she can have those experiences with. Every moment, even the lows, have meaning. Actually, I would argue especially the lows have meaning. And that meaning carries weight and value that other people can learn from. So don't hold your meaningful lessons inside of you. Start sharing them with the world. So I'm going to leave you with this one thought. Don't treat lessons like a secret. Treat them like a responsibility. When you earn the wisdom, it's your job to share it. Thanks for listening to Amplify. If you are a fan of the show, show us some podcast love by giving us a rating and review. And give us a follow at Mic Drop Workshop and at Jess Ekstrom. Coming up on Amplify.
It is counterintuitive to say, I only speak about XYZ. This is my brand. This is my little wheelhouse. It's counterintuitive, and yet it's the only way people's brains will remember you. If it's like, Lindsay can speak about anything at any time for anything, you're not going to hire that person. They're not even, in your mind, they're not even positioned as an expert.
This episode was edited and produced by Earfluence, and I'm Jess Ekstrom, your host. Remember that you deserve the biggest stage, so let's find out how to get you there. I'll see you again soon.